everybody. Welcome to day 8 of 30 days and 30 ways to clear your energy. Today, I wanted to talk to you about some emotional processes. So, one of the things that tends to completely freeze us in our lives is this concept of feeling emotions and feeling feelings. And I hear you and I see you because I've done this myself. But we tend to get really stuck in our emotions and we tend to get it's almost like a fright and flight response when especially the negative emotions come up and we don't know what to do with them. We feel anger, we feel fear, we feel anxiety, we feel frustration, we feel like rage, all sorts of these emotions that come through our bodies we can actually really struggle to deal with because we have this judgment that they're wrong. And we get so afraid of ourselves and we get so afraid of experiencing this stuff. And we have this real dual kind of belief system that we have light and good emotions and bad and dark emotions. But the thing is, if we were to try and reframe that into we all just have emotions and they are all just stories about ourselves and they're just information and energy coming from the superconscious or the universe to teach us about ourselves, then we can start to reframe and not see them as big, scary, and ugly. We can actually give ourselves permission to move them through our bodies and heal them as we go. Now, I've got two different emotional techniques I want to take you through. I'm going to do one today and one tomorrow. And these are actually featured in my book. So I've written a book called The Intuitive Heart Revolution, and it is actually designed to basically give you a handbook of different spiritual processes, but also how to kind of navigate being conscious in today's world, because it's actually a really scary place at times. And we get stuck in what we see as things that we can't move through. But actually, if we can learn how to kind of detach and get curious and see ourselves as these beautiful, incredible, amazing creatures that are just really trying to navigate the earth structure, then we can start to be a little bit kinder to ourselves and use these beautiful and easy techniques to move through and get ourselves into a state of really strong I am presence, which is really, really powerful. And as we work and realize our multidimensionality and our capacity to heal and our capacity to create heaven on earth, we start to move from this really stuck, really disempowered, really scared place into this really strong, really empowered, really manifesting, magnificence parts of ourselves. So, this process is from my book. It's called the TUFT method, and it's because it's an acronym. And basically, what it is, it's around moving emotions through the body. And one of the biggest things that we get stuck in literally is we have an emotion and it just gets stuck somewhere. And if we get stuck emotion, then we get stuck energies, we get stuck physical things. So we'll get like, scar buildup, or we'll get inflammation, or we'll get pain, or we'll get reduced movement. All of that is from stuck emotion and stuck energy. And if we can learn how to start to move it through, everything is about moving energy through. If we can learn to honor the emotions as they come up and move them through our body, we can actually give ourselves a lot of healing. It's not necessarily going to heal us on a soul level because that's a whole other thing, but it is going to help us massively in our process in this human journey. So, this TUFT method is around flowing emotion through the body and then creating a different vibration. So, it's kind of it's a similar to kind of looking at a water hose with a kink. You can get emotions stuck in your body and your energy field if you haven't fully acknowledged them and allowed them to be felt. So when you connect to an emotion sitting in your body or around you, you have the power to allow it to become unstuck. So imagine a tap above your head and imagine it holds the emotion that you're focusing on. So you turn the tap on and you invite the flow of that emotion to come through your energy field and flow through your body. And you imagine that rush of an emotion essentially pushing its way to straighten the kink. Okay. So the TUFT stands for T is think of something, a person, a thing, a situation that triggers you or brings you stress. You you uncover through visualization the thoughts these emotions create for you, and you consciously become aware and acknowledge and accept what they are. Then basically you start to feel it. So you feel in your body where you feel the emotion, and you imagine that emotion has a tap on your head that you turn it on and off as you will. So you turn on that tap, you bring it through your body, and you allow it to flow. The flow comes in from your energy field or your emotional body. And we also sometimes need to be a little bit discerning about this and make sure that we're only flowing our own emotions and not the world's emotions. So again, yesterday in day 7, when we worked through that, is this mine? Is this somebody else's? It's worth connecting and making sure that the emotions that you're processing are your own. But if they are your own and they're sitting in your emotional body, what we're going to invite is, and create the intention for, is just bring in those emotions from your own emotional body, from your own multidimensional experiences and nobody else's, so that you can flow them through and heal them and release them. If you know that there's a part of your body where the emotion is stuck, you can breathe and move into that part of the body to allow it to keep flowing and keep creating the intention that it's going to keep moving through. Okay. So you keep inviting the feeling in so it creates movement of the emotion through the body. And then you will visualize or intuit or feel the kink easing and allowing an easy flow of that emotion. Okay. So as it starts to flow, you also may hear or feel different messages coming through your body, and observe any visions that come to you. Because remember, these emotions are stories. They're not here to hurt you. They're not here to make your life hard. They are here to teach you. That's it. Right? So if you give yourself that opportunity, then you'll be able to start to move it through. Okay. So this happens usually in a fairly short period of time. So anywhere between 10 seconds and 5 minutes, usually. Sometimes it's more than 5 minutes. But when we really give ourselves permission to move it through our body, we do actually get a really quick release of this. And it's very, very powerful. Try and keep your breath nice and slow. I'll take you through the visualization at the end. Um, and it can be helpful to breathe into 5 when you're doing it and breathe out for 5, so that you're allowing your parasympathetic nervous system to take over and to be kind of the main um, energy that you're holding, rather than trying to do it from a place of high stress. You slow your breathing right down, so you give permission for this to kind of flow through your body. Once you actually allow that to come through and you feel like there's nothing left in the tap, turn the tap off. Okay. If you have other emotions going through, then absolutely turn those on. So bring it through until you feel like most of those emotions have come through your body and out your feet. So they essentially flow out your feet into the earth, and then they get released in for healing. So once you do that, once you've actually released those emotions, you're going to have a vacuum of energy in your body, and you do actually want to replace that energy with something else. Okay. So we are energetic creatures. We can transmute energy, we can release energy. And when we release energy, we're going to have a vacuum of something that needs to be coded instead. So, what I suggest you do, if you're going to use this technique as a releasing technique, you want to release the energy, and then you want to basically recode that part of your body or that part of your energy field with something else. So choose what it is that you really feel like you need in order to feel safe and content and connected in your body. That could just be, if you're finding it really hard to lean into joy and happiness, relief is sometimes the best emotion to call in. Relief is a really powerful thing if you've come from quite a dark, uncomfortable place and you want to get some like glimpse of light. Sometimes calling relief in instead is a really powerful tool, because it starts to bring hope. Relief has an energy of hope with it, and that can be really powerful. If you can lean into happiness and joy or contentment or love or connection or whatever it is that you think you can call in, then call that in instead. Whatever it is that really resonates for you is something that's actually going to shift your state of being. Allow that to come in. So you basically turn the tap on of happiness or connection or relief or whatever it is, and allow it to flow through and code your body instead, and bring that through and bring it through and bring it through. And then you basically If you can do that as well as plant a seed of that emotion in that particular part of the body. So let's say it was sitting in the shoulder, you plant a seed of that emotion as well, and you allow it to basically take hold and grow and allow that to become part of your vibration as well. You want to be coating this through every cell, tissue, and organ of your body, allowing the flow of it to come through your body, but as well allowing it to be in that area of stuckness that you've had before. You can do this technique for any pain, any stuckness, any sense of energetic stagnancy in the body that you can find. You can do this with, and it's a very, very powerful technique. So, it's the TUFT technique. It's from the Intuitive Heart Revolution book that I have. You can click on a link below if you'd like to buy a copy. And I'm going to take you through that process now, so that we can kind of really embody that on a deeper level. Okay, so when you're ready, I'll just get you to close your eyes. And I want you to allow yourself to just slow your breathing down and get yourself into a state of connection to yourself. So just taking a 5-second breath in and a 5-second breath out, allowing everything to slow down and calm. And we're going to do that 2 more times, breathing in and breathing out. We're going to do that 1 more time, just allowing everything to slow down. This is really, really important. And as you allow everything to slow down, just allow yourself to either keep your hands on your heart space or just hold yourself in some way so that you know that you're being held and that you're safe in this process. Please remember that there is no such thing as bad thoughts, and you are not a bad person for having these thoughts and feelings. Everybody has these thoughts and feelings, and these are normal stories that we have as humans to teach us about ourselves. That's it. There is nothing more to it than that. Allow yourself to think of an emotion that you are feeling, either an emotion that's in a loop for you that you can't seem to release. Think of a situation or a person or something that's happening in your body. And I want you to really tune in and get very clear on what that emotion is. Ask your body, ask your intuition what that emotion is. And that emotion, the energy, the information should come back really quickly. If you're not sure, that's okay. Sometimes you can only explain it through a color, through a feeling, through an awareness, and that's okay too. So, whatever is coming through, let's just say, in that really tight shoulder, you have this green fuzzy energy. That's okay. We're going to call it the green fuzzy energy. So, if you don't have discernment about the emotion, that's okay too. But if you do, it's actually really nice to use that. And I want you to tune into that part of your body or into that person or situation or emotion. And I want you to tune into it out of 10, with 10 being the most powerfully strong energy or emotion and 0 being nothing. Rate it out of 10 for yourself so you can get really clear on how it feels for you. And we're now going to call in some archangelics and your spiritual team of the light to help ground and hold this space for you. So calling in Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Sanaphon, and Metatron to hold 6 directions and hold energetic space for you. Calling in your spiritual team of the light to help you, your higher self of the light, your guides, your angels, and anyone else that can help you through this process. And you're just going to allow yourself, with the awareness of the emotion or the situation or the feeling. And I want you to create the intention that you're going to allow it to flow through your body and be released now and forever. And we're going to place a tap on the top of our heads, on the top of our crown chakras, that is coded specifically for that emotion, that awareness, that color, that feeling, whatever it is that you can be clear on. And we're going to ask for it all to be coming through from your emotional body, through the tap, through every cell, tissue, and organ of your body, creating a beautiful flow. And we're going to ask for that to be released out of your feet and into the earth for healing. When you're ready, turn the tap on and invite the flow of that to come through, being aware that you may feel more emotion now. You may feel a tightness in parts of your body. If that's the case, breathe and move and allow energy to flow with the intention that it's going to be fully processed through your body and it's going to come out your feet into the earth. Keep your breath nice and slow here. And give yourself permission, as much permission as you need, to bring this through with ease and grace. If you need to get up and move around, do that, but keep your intention that you're moving through and not away from the emotion or the experience. Keep calling it through, keep calling it through. If you feel like there's a stuck part, you turn the tap up and you push that energy through, allow it to flow even more strongly and unkink that hose so that you actually have full motion and full release of this emotion. If you need to pause right now and wait until it's done, absolutely do that. Keep going for as long as you need. And when that's done, feel into your body. Make sure it's all gone. Feel into your field. And if you can't see or feel that emotion anywhere, turn the tap off and you can let that tap go for now. And rate that feeling out of 10. Just see how it feels, with 10 being the worst ever and 0 being nothing. Feel into where it's sitting at for you now. At the very least, it should be less, and in an ideal world, it would be 0. And when you're ready, ask your intention, ask your intuition, ask your guides what the perfect energy to call in instead is. Is it relief, love, connection, forgiveness, compassion, joy? What emotion, what feeling is your body craving right now to feel instead? Whatever that emotion is, if you've had a stuck feeling in your body or in your field, place a seed of that emotion in that area and give it permission to grow and to replace the energy and the emotions that were there. We're also going to allow the tap of that emotion to come onto the top of your head and turn it on and bring it through your body. So you are recoding your DNA, your energy body, your auric field, and your entire vibration with this new way of being. Allow it to grow through the seed, allow it to flow through your body. And as this grows and grows and grows, I want you to bring it out to the edge of your auric field, allowing it to fully feel throughout your entirety of your energy bodies. This 10 out of 10 feeling of this new emotion that you're calling in. And then allow that emotion to spread to the edge of the building that you're in. When that's done, expand that through the city or town that you're living in, or to the nearest town or city that you're in. Allow it to expand through the whole country that you're living in right now. And now allow it to cover the entire world. If you want to expand it beyond there, absolutely do so. Allow this vibration, allow your auric field, allow everything to recalibrate into this new normal. And recheck into that original emotion and see where it's sitting for you now. As you allow yourself to feel and recode into this new way of being, you thank your spiritual team of the light, the beautiful archangelics for holding space. And thank your body. Thank your body for releasing and recoding as it needs to, so that you can step into a beautiful place of being. And whenever you're ready, wiggle your fingers and toes. Come back into the room and open your eyes. I love when I do this. It feels so peaceful. I hope you're feeling the same. If you have any experiences that you'd like to share, please put them in the comments below. If you would like to subscribe and check into my entire 30 days, jump on and subscribe. And like and share if this is resonating with you and helping you. So it's lovely to be here. Thank you for tuning in, and I will be back tomorrow.